Namaskar and a very warm welcome to Express News with me Deepika, and in the next 30 minutes we will take you across 100 international updates. Let's start. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said it has been decided that from April 1st the vaccine will be open for everybody above 45 years of age and all eligible should immediately register and get vaccinated. Javadekar also said as per the advice by scientists and world scientist bodies, second dose can be administered between 4th and 8th week, particularly for Covishield. He also appealed that all above 45 should take vaccine as early as possible, that will provide them shield against corona. Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was apprised on the progress under National Health Mission during financial year 2019 and 20, including accelerated decline in maternal mortality ratio, infant mortality rate, under 5 mortality rate and total fertility rate. It is also noted the progress of respect of various diseases programs like TB, malaria, Kala-Azar, dengue, tuberculosis, leprosy, viral hepatitis. Union Cabinet was apprised of the Memorandum of Cooperation signed between Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India and Water and Disaster Management Bureau, Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism, Japan in the field of water resources. Union Cabinet also approved the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between Union Public Service Commission, India and Independent Administrative Reforms and Civil Services Commission, Afghanistan. At least 13 killed and 4 injured in an accident at Muraina Road in Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior. The accident occurred when a speedy bus rammed into an auto. The auto was carrying 13 people, mainly women who are said to be Anganwadi workers. 8 women and the auto driver lost their lives on the spot, while 4 breathed their last in the hospital. The Prime Minister tweeted saying, deeply pained by road accidents in Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior, I express condolences to the families of deceased. I wish speedy recovery of those injured. PM has approved an ex gratia of rupees 2 lakh each from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund for the next of kin of those who have lost their lives due to the unfortunate accident in Gwalior. Rupees 50,000 would be given to those seriously injured. Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a public meeting at Gusaba in West Bengal ahead of state assembly election. He slammed Mamata Banerjee government over the lack of development and said that BJP will bring clean drinking water to the region. The Bharatiya Janata Party has released its manifesto for Assam Assembly polls and promised to work on a corrected national register of citizens for states protection. The manifesto released by BJP National President JP Nadda promised to protect genuine Indian citizens and to detect infiltrators to ensure the Ahom civilization stays safe. BJP has promised rupees 3,000 per month as financial assistance to 30 lakh families under Arunodaya scheme in Assam. BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis slammed the Maharashtra government over the letter written by former Mumbai police chief against Anil Deshmukh. He said that attempt made by the alliance to protect the Maharashtra Home Minister has been exposed. Slamming the Maharashtra government, Fadnavis said the appropriate actions against transfer racket of police officers were not taken despite having all data. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad also slammed Maharashtra government. He said, as I quote, who is running the show of Maharashtra? Is it the most confused government in the history of Maharashtra? What is the political direction of this Vasuli Agadi? Unquote. Sharad Pawar enjoys political credibility, but under what compulsion is he defending Anil Deshmukh? He said. Bharatiya Janata Party held the meeting of its parliamentary committee in the premises of the parliament in New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, union ministers including External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and various other members of parliament were present during the meeting. Before the parliamentary committee meeting, the members of parliament also paid floral tribute to Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia on his birth anniversary. The Supreme Court has rejected the pleas from various trade associations and corporate bodies to extend the 6-month loan moratorium period offered by the Reserve Bank of India. adding that a complete waiver of interest during the moratorium could not be granted either. The Supreme Court has stayed all petitions on regulations of content on OTT platforms pending in various high courts. It has also issued notice on the centre's demand to transfer all pending petitions in the matter to the Supreme Court. Afghan Foreign Minister meets NSA Ajit Doval. He met EAM Jaishankar yesterday. Today is Shahidi Divas. This day is observed to honor the martyrdom of freedom fighters Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru. Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting shared the inspirational stories of the Indian legends. Equity benchmark Sensex ended 280.15 points or 0.56% higher at 50,051.44 on Tuesday. The broader NSE Nifty also advanced 78.35 points or 0.53% to 14,814.75. Gold prices gained rupees 116 to rupees 44,374 per 10 grams in the national capital on Tuesday, reflecting overnight gains in global precious metal prices according to HDFC Securities. Silver, however, declined by rupees 117 to rupees 65,299 per kg compared with rupees 65,416 per kg in the previous trade. Rupee fell 6 paise to close at 72.43 against US dollar. Crude oil futures on Tuesday fell by 1.32% to rupees 4,418 per barrel as participants reduced their positions on low demand. Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, a central PSU, has established an e-tendering portal, Pranit. This will lead to less paperwork, ease of operation and make the tendering process more transparent. Power Ministry has said that with this, Power Grid is now the only organization in India to have an e-procurement solution on SAP supplier relationship management, complying with all applicable requirements relating to security and transparency. Jaguar Land Rover India on Tuesday launched its fully electric SUV Jaguar I-Pace in India with a price starting at rupees 1.05 crore, marking its presence in the country's luxury EV segment. From today, customers flying through Dubai International now have free access to Maxter's collection of more than 7,000 leading magazines, newspapers, journals and comics, making DXP the world's first smart reading airport. The magazines and journals will be available digitally. Internet major Google on Tuesday said it has resolved the app crash issue that Android users were experiencing. Several users on social media platforms complained that apps like Amazon, Gmail, etc. were crashing on their Android phones. 6 states, Maharashtra, Punjab, Karnataka, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu are reporting a surge in daily new cases. They together account for 80.90% of the new cases reported in last 24 hours. Maharashtra continues to report the highest daily new cases at 24,645. It is followed by Punjab with 2,299, while Gujarat reported 1,640 new cases. India's total active case load is rising after touching its lowest mark in mid-February. It stands at 3.45 lakhs today. A net incline of 10,731 cases recorded from the total active case load in the last 24 hours. 3 states, Maharashtra, Kerala and Punjab, account for 75.15% of total cases in the country that are active. Maharashtra alone accounts for 62.71% of the total active cases in the country. Over 4,84,94,594 vaccine doses have been administered through 7,84,612 sessions as per the provisional report till 7 a.m. today. As on day 66 of the vaccination drive, more than 32 lakh vaccine doses were given. India's cumulative recovery stand at 1,11,81,253 today. The national recovery rate is 95.67%. 29,785 recoveries were registered in the last 24 hours. 199 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. 6 states account for 80.4% of the daily deaths. Maharashtra and Punjab each reported 58 casualties. Kerala and Chhattisgarh follow with 12 deaths each. 14 states and union territories have not reported any COVID-19 death in the last 24 hours. The global COVID-19 case tally, which has crossed the 12 crore mark, it currently stands at over 12 crore 43 lakh. The tally of recoveries stand over 10 crore. Virus has claimed over 27 lakh 36,000 lives worldwide. The US continues to remain worst affected from COVID-19, where more than 3 crore 5 lakh cases of COVID-19 have been quoted. The country's fatalities have crossed 5 lakhs 55,000. The World Health Organization said on Monday that more producers of COVID-19 vaccines should follow the example of AstraZeneca and license their technology to other manufacturers. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus noted the drug maker interim data from trials found the vaccine developed in conjunction with Oxford University was 79% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 and crucially posed no increased risk of blood clots. In the US, members of the White House COVID response team said Johnson & Johnson was on course to deliver more vaccine doses and warned Americans against travel, citing new and contagious variants of the COVID-19 virus. New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo announced his decision to lower the eligibility age of 50 for healthy people to receive COVID-19 vaccine. The change will come into effect from 23rd March. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned on Monday that the third wave of COVID-19 infection sweeping across Europe could be heading towards Britain. The EU's leaders are due to discuss imposing a ban on vaccine exports to Britain at a summit on Thursday after falling far behind the UK in rolling out the shots. Spain Health Minister Carolina Darias said on Monday that the country is extending the age range of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine to 18 to 65 years old from 18 to 55 years old when it resumes the use of the shot this week. Venezuela is now registering an uptick in COVID-19 cases due to presence of Brazilian strain of the virus. Portugal has resumed providing AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine. The country, in line with various other countries, had temporarily suspended the usage of the vaccine after the reports of blood clots. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that he plans to get COVID-19 vaccine jab, adding that the decision to get inoculated would be voluntary for every Russian. At least 2 people killed and several injured in a massive fire that swept through Rohingya camp in Ikwa in Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar area. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Brussels. He is scheduled to meet with NATO foreign ministers and European Union officials as the Biden administration seeks to repair transatlantic ties. 10 people were killed, including a police officer, when a gunman opened fire at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado. This is the second mass shooting in the US in a week. Many people have reportedly been injured. No motive for the attack has been disclosed. Russia's military code has upheld decision to not open criminal investigations into the poisoning of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny. As unabated rains have pummeled Australia's east coast and several parts of Sydney, the country's authorities have warned that more evacuation orders may be issued. In Argentina, hundreds of environmentalists held a sit-in outside Argentina's Congress, demanding right to access to water on World Water Day. A new media artist, Refik Anadol from Turkey's Istanbul, is gaining a lot of attention these days. He creates mesmerizing art installations, machine memoirs, Space, which is an exploration of celestial structures through the mind of a machine. The art installation Machine Memoir Space by the Turkish creator will be shown to the public until 25th of April at the Plevneli Mesutio Art Gallery in Istanbul. Hong Kong-based Hanson Robotics humanoid robot Sophia plans to auction a non-fungible token of its own digital artwork this week in what would be the first sale of creative pieces done in collaboration with artificial intelligence. Sophia has created artwork in collaboration with Italian digital artist Andrea Bonacito. Using AI, Sophia is taking elements from Bonacito's work, art history, and her own physical drawings to create her art. A team of scientists in Philippines is studying bats in a bid to prevent future pandemics caused by the bats. Called Bat Hunters and Virus Hunters, this team works during the night wearing personal protective equipment to extract a bat from a net, swabbing it, measuring its size and documenting all the data in the Laguna province of the country. The virus hunters this time are performing a risk factor analysis by developing a simulation model that can predict the dynamics of coronavirus in bats by analyzing specific factors like time, climate, season, temperature and its effects on viral transmissions and transmissibility to humans. Bolivia's Noel Kempf Mercado Municipal Zoo has welcomed a baby Andean flamingo which was born into captivity in early March. According to the zoo authorities, the chick was born on March 10th and is healthy and under the care of its parents. It's the second time that a baby flamingo of the Andean species has been born in a Bolivian zoo. The coming months can be a bit loud for the United States as the scientists are expecting Brood X across parts of eastern United States in May. Brood X is once a year 17-year hatch of periodic cicadas. Brood X will take place when the warming spring soil reaches a certain temperature and billions of cicadas nymphs which have been living off tree roots for either 13 or 17 years will crawl out of the ground, shed their skin and start feeding and looking for mates. Scientists expect Brood X to begin from 13th May this year. 42-year-old California surfer Dana McGregor has dedicated his life to teaching children how to surf and uses his boards to help them overcome their fears of the water. McGregor runs surf and soccer camps from Pismo Beach, north of Santa Barbara, where he incorporates his pet goats Pismo and Grover into his lessons. Americans who've been vaccinated against COVID-19 can claim a free donut every day for the rest of 2021, and thanks to international donut and coffee retailer Krispy Kreme. To make sure everyone has a chance to receive a donut regardless of their place in the vaccination priority list, the free treats will be available to every vaccinated person until 2020. A group of 8 Palestinian women with hearing loss are using stop-motion animation to make short films about their condition to teach children and raise awareness while also generating an income out of it. The group has already made 2 short films, one about sign language and another advocating their right to work in Gaza. The animation process includes the women designing characters, drawing the images on paper, shooting the film with their cell phone cameras, using a stop-motion application and doing voiceovers. According to these women, the stories are meant to inspire hearing impaired people to pursue their own goals despite any obstacles in their way. In Iceland, researchers studying area near an erupting volcano in Reykjanes Peninsula described the eruption as the most beautiful thing. The measurements of the scientists showed no volcanic ash had been detected, but high level of volcanic gases had been measured close to the eruption site. Scientists at the foot of a volcano in Iceland's southwest used its lava as a giant grill to cook up a sausage snack as they studied the eruption. Spectators and scientists flocked to the area near Fogradsfjall, a mountain on the Reykjanes Peninsula, around 30 kilometers southwest of Iceland's capital Reykjavik, to close study to environment phenomena. The first ODI between India versus England is currently underway at MCA Stadium in Pune. India has set the target of 137 runs for England. Earlier, England have won the toss and elected to bowl against India in the ODI of the three-match series. Shikhar Dhawan top scored Kohli, while Kohli scored 56. KL Rahul not out on 62 runs and Krunal Pandya 58 not out, crossed the 50-run marks too. India rode on the Shikhar Dhawan's blistering batting form. Shikhar scored highest 98 runs for India. Krunal Pandya smashed a whirlwind half-century off 26 balls in the first ODI in Pune, becoming the fastest debutant to do so in ODIs. India's blistering women's batter Shafali Verma reached the top of the T20 international rankings for batters following a prolific show against South Africa in the second T20 international of the series. Indian shooters continued their medal-winning spree at the ISSF World Cup in New Delhi. The skeet mixed team of Angad Veer Singh Bajwa and Ganimat Sikhon clinches gold with a 33-29 win over Team Kazakhstan. The trio of Mehraj Khan, Angad Bajwa and Gurjot Kangura won the gold medal in the men's skeet team event. The Sports Ministry has decided to extend the Khelo India scheme from 2021-2022 to 2025 and 26. The Ministry has furnished an Expenditure Finance Committee memorandum to the Ministry of Finance for extension. According to media reports, Borussia Mönchengladbach have agreed to hire former Spain midfielder Xabi Alonso as their manager for the next season. Former England striker Frank Worthington has died at the age of 72 following a long illness. Worthington, who won 8 England caps and scored twice for the national team, began his career at Huddersfield Town. Zlatan Ibrahimovic returns to Sweden's national team for World Cup qualifiers after 4 years of absence. Ahead of qualification matches for the 2022 Qatar World Cup, Amnesty International, an NGO who works for human rights internationally, is calling on FIFA to use its leverage with the Qatari authorities to help end the abuse of migrant workers. Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee CEO Toshiro Muto said the foreign volunteers with special skills necessary for the smooth running of the Olympics and Paralympics might retain their positions and enter Japan under special entry rules. The Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay is finally ready to restart on 25th of March. The torch relay will begin its journey at the J Village National Training Center in Fukushima province. On the occasion of Bollywood actor Kangana Ranaut's 34th birthday, the first trailer of her upcoming film Thalaiva was unveiled. The biopic is based on the life of late politician Jayalalitha, who changed the face of politics in Tamil Nadu. Bollywood actor Shahid Kapoor on Tuesday congratulated the team of the hit Telugu sports drama Jersey for bagging 2 honours at the National Film Award that were announced on Monday evening. Bollywood star Arjun Rampal has announced a wrap on Konkana Sen co-starrer movie titled The Rapist. The movie is being directed by Aparna Sen. Hollywood actor Seth Rogen is boarding Steven Spielberg's next directorial effort. The actor will play a character inspired by Spielberg's favorite uncle. The untitled film is loosely based on Spielberg's formative years in Phoenix, Arizona. American actor Vin Diesel is going to share screen space with his 10-year-old son in the upcoming Fast and Furious installment. Vincent Sinclair will play the younger version of Dominic Toretto, played by his father in the franchise. Actor Keanu Reeves' comic book series Berserker is heading to the screen in the form of a Netflix movie and anime series. Keanu Reeves will produce both the projects for Netflix. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier premiered on Disney Plus Hotstar on March 19th has become the streaming service's most watched series premiere ever during its opening weekend. It is also the most watched title on a global basis, including in Disney Plus Hotstar markets, the platform announced. Week after Nigeria's Burna Boy won first Grammy Award, he has described the award as much more than just an award. He said that the award is a sign of how modern African music is now attracting respect. Burna Boy won the Best Global Music Album Grammy for Twice as Tall, released last year. Regal Theatre's parent company Cineworld Group has announced that it will reopen its US sites this April, with a limited number of theaters opening for Godzilla vs. Kong on April 2nd and going wider with Mortal Kombat on April 16th. A trio of Turkey's stray dogs Zeytin, Nazar and Kartal have backed roles in a new documentary called Stray, which depicts daily life in Istanbul through the eyes of 3 dogs that roams its street. The movie is being produced by Hong Kong-born director Elizabeth Lowe. And that's it in this edition of Express News. More will be coming up on international and national updates. So stay tuned and keep watching DD India.